Here he is, Guy Kibbe, studying concentration. But you can see that he isn't comfortable. The very effort he is making to arrange everything exactly right is making his job more difficult. If there is a watchword or slogan which a golfer ought always to remember, it is avoid tension. And it is at the very beginning of the swing, before the action is commenced, that he is most likely to tighten up. If he tries too hard to assume any prescribed or perfectly definite posture, he is not likely to be free from strain. His first position should be as natural and comfortable as he can possibly make it. In addressing the ball, the body is held fairly erect, and the arms hang down naturally from the shoulders, not extended too much, nor cramped in against the side of the body. The weight should be about evenly distributed on the balls of the 2 feet. The knees should be slightly bent, and the whole attitude should be one of alertness, from which easy movement in any direction is possible. Relaxed muscles can move quickly and easily. Taut muscles cannot. The golf swing requires quick muscular responses in order to produce a smooth flow of movement and to assure a perfect balance of the body even when the action becomes very rapid. It seems a little thing, but it is a fact that the player's approach to the ball can assist him greatly in falling comfortably into a relaxed posture. Continuous movement allows no time for the muscles to set. Here is the first step. Having approached to just a sufficient distance from the ball so that the club can reach it easily. The club is grounded so that it will furnish a measure of the distance from the player to the ball when he steps into position. A look towards the hole or down the fairway, and the left foot swings into position. The proper line has been determined. The placing of this foot fixes the player's location with respect to the ball. The stance is completed when the right foot drops back into position. Meanwhile, one leisurely waggle and a little twist of the hips to break up whatever tension may have crept in, and away we go. There are certain features of stance and posture which must be arranged before a correct swing can be accomplished. The requirements are never so precise that they cannot be adjusted to the needs of the individual. The average golfer rarely completes the hip turn during the backswing, largely because he has not made provision for it at the start. When he spreads his feet and sets himself, he destroys his ability to turn. Standing in this way, with both toes turned slightly outward and the feet not too far apart, the hip turn can be made quite easily. A tremendous amount of power can be obtained from a full wind-up of the hips. and this is only possible when the stance and posture are so arranged that there's perfect freedom around the waist. The leg and foot movement, which makes this full turn possible, is a thing which the average golfer rarely trusts himself to attempt. It is easier to continue a movement once begun than it is to make the beginning. So in order to encourage the hips to turn during the backswing, they are called on to originate the movement. The club must be swung back and not merely picked up by the hands and arms. And the thing which makes it a swing is a push backward by the left side and arm. Just when the swing is ready to start back, there appears a queer little movement of the hips and legs, which is usually referred to as a forward press. The hips twist forward a bit before beginning their turn away from the ball. This is added insurance against tension and a means of starting the hips to moving. You've probably seen this position a number of times, particularly with beginners. It's the result of moving the head backward during the backswing and transferring all the weight to the right foot. The other common fault is to leave too much weight on the left foot during the backswing in this way, so that when the downswing is attempted, all the weight goes back to the right foot. I find it very helpful in order to assure proper handling of the body during the backswing to feel that the weight rolls off the left foot over to the inside of the foot, like this. At the same time, the left knee bends and moves over towards the right, and the right leg begins to straighten as the hip on that side is thrust backward. Not all of the weight is transposed to the right foot, but the player has stayed back of the ball where he can move his body into the swing as he hits through. If the weight moves towards the toe of the left foot and the knee bends in this way, the player will arrive at the top of his swing with too much weight on that foot. The chief trouble with Guy here is that he does not swing the club back in the manner I have described. Instead, he quite definitely lifts it up, and when he attempts to hit the ball, his body is moving away from it.